All right, let's talk about a question a lot of people are asking. How do you actually get rich in the world we live in today? We're going to dive into some incredibly powerful advice from entrepreneur Mark Tilbury, specifically for young people who want to build serious wealth. So, it all kicks off with a story. Picture this. There's a young guy named Jake. He's ambitious, he's hungry, he's working his butt off. One day, he sees this older, successful-looking man and decides to ask for some advice. For the story, let's just call him Mr. Grumpy. And Mr. Grumpy's response, well, it was pretty much what you'd expect, right? He just dismisses Jake with that classic line, "You young people are lazy, you want everything handed to you." A real slap in the face. But here's the thing. As Tilbury points out, that's just a lazy take. The world has gotten way more complex. The path to success isn't some straight line like it might have been for our parents or grandparents. The challenges are different, so the strategy has to be different. So after basically defending Jake and his generation, Tilbury lays out this super practical framework for success. It's a 4-step plan that, honestly, anyone can follow to build real sustainable wealth. So let's break it down right now. Okay, step 1. This one might surprise you. It's not about immediately starting some big business or trying to find a get-rich-quick scheme. It's all about preparation. It's about sharpening your axe before you even try to chop down the tree. You see, most people think the first move is, start a business, go, go, go. But Tilbury argues that's like trying to fell a giant redwood with a dull, rusty axe. You're just going to wear yourself out and get absolutely nowhere. The smarter play is to get yourself a seriously sharp tool first. And what is that tool? It's a high-income skill. We're talking about things that are in such high demand that people will pay you $10,000 a month or more for them. Things like video editing, software development, or high-ticket closing, which is basically just being great at selling expensive stuff. Mastering one of these skills, that's what opens all the doors. And here is the absolute crucial point. Building a skill like this takes time. It takes dedication. You have to get out of the mindset that you need to be a millionaire by next year. This is a marathon, not a sprint. You have to extend your timeline, trust the process, and focus on building a foundation that's going to last you a lifetime. Okay, so you got your skill, you're making good money. Now what? Well, the next big challenge is actually keeping that money and making it work for you. Tilbury uses this amazing metaphor that I just love. Think of your money like a stack of fresh, baked cookies. The more you touch them, move them around, check on them, the more they just crumble away. It's the same with your money. The more you trade it and mess with it, the more it gets eaten by fees and bad emotional decisions. So instead of constantly fiddling around, the real key is to lock your money away and let the magic of compound interest do its thing. I mean, just look at this simple plan. Invest $250 a month. That's it. Just put it into something like a low-cost S&P 500 index fund. If you just do that consistently for 40 years, assuming a pretty average 10% return, that little habit could grow into over $1.5 million. It's incredible, right? That's the power of just leaving your money alone and letting it grow. And listen, this isn't some big secret. It's exactly how Warren Buffett made something like 99% of his entire fortune after his 50th birthday. It's a long game of patience and consistency. Now, this next part is maybe the most important, because the biggest things holding you back from building wealth, they aren't external. They're the mental traps we set for ourselves right up here. When you're young, your single greatest asset isn't money. It's time. And you know what time gives you? A massive advantage, the ability to take smart, calculated risks. As you can see from this chart, your ability to take on risk plummets as you get older. You have to use this advantage while you have it. So many of us are just paralyzed by this fear of what other people will think if we fail. You have to completely reframe that in your head. Failure is not the end. It's not final. It's just a test. Every time you fail, you're just learning something new. I promise you, every successful person you look up to has a mountain of failures you've never even heard about. But beyond the fear of failure, there's another mental peak you have to get over. And he hilariously calls it Mount Stupid. This is that dangerous place where you've learned just a little bit and suddenly you think you know everything. This is a real psychological phenomenon. It's called the Dunning-Kruger effect. It's what leads people to think getting rich is all about luck, not skill. But the truth is, building wealth is a learnable skill, just like anything else. And that means you have to stay humble and keep learning. Look, the old model of education where you finish college at 21 and you're done learning, that is completely broken. In a world that changes this fast, you have to think of your brain like a computer. It needs constant software updates to stay relevant and avoid crashing. Okay, on to the final piece of the puzzle. This isn't just about your skills or your mindset. It's about the people you choose to surround yourself with. And this isn't some fluffy motivational quote, okay? This is backed by hard data. A study from just this year found that simply having more wealthy friends makes you significantly more likely to invest in the stock market and to save more money. Your environment literally shapes your financial behavior. Now, to be super clear, this is not about ditching your old friends or just trying to network with people for their money. That's not it at all. It's about consciously expanding your circle. It's about finding mentors and peers who have already done what you want to do. They can help demystify the process and show you the way. So let's wrap it all up. The takeaway is clear. Sharpen your axe with a high-income skill, let your money grow by investing patiently, rewire your brain to embrace risk and never stop learning, and finally, surround yourself with people who lift you higher. The opportunities are absolutely there. The only question left is, what are you going to build with them?